Hello, this is Walking and Talking, my show where I walk and talk. It's called Winter Has Come. Before I decided to start this video, I was thinking about this interesting transition between thinking silently or inside and thinking aloud what's going on right now. So it's kind of interesting. When I think inside, it always feels secure and safe. I don't care too much about how I think. I am pretty sure that everything what's going on in my mind is okay. But since I start talking and thinking aloud, everything changes. I can say that now I am in the same place, and I start worrying about what to say, how I sound, what's my pronunciation, like the grammar, all these sorts of stuff. I start worrying about making less mistakes, and it really affects my thoughts in a way which I don't like. Because when I think inside, most of the time I am pretty happy having these thoughts. But when I think outside, when I think aloud, often I don't like it. And I want to make it better. I rarely think about this inner process, thinking inside, in terms of making it better. Though I do sometimes, but in general I don't care too much about it. But since I start talking to myself and recording this talking on the camera, I care too much, like how it will be viewed by me from the future. Because basically everything that watches this video is me from the future in some sense. I'll certainly watch this video today at the evening because, well, I need to work on my language, and recording my language and then watching it helps me to improve it. Okay, so I said I worry too much how I can be perceived by something which I called me from the future. It's true, and why am I not concerned about this process, like thinking inside, when I experience this process? I mean, it's really interesting because when I think, I do it most of the time, and I spend, let's say I have 16 hours of being conscious every single day, and most of this time I don't talk, most of this time I think. And if I focus on this process, like if I start thinking about this process all the time, it will certainly make it better. even in my thoughts. But it seems that I care about my thinking only at the time when I need to show it, when I need to make something out of it. Recently I finished watching the course on YouTube about critical thinking, and I remember that at the end of the course I decided that I'll observe my thoughts closely all the time. At least I'll pay attention, like at the end of the day, to everything what I can think, like for an hour. Well, at that time it was for a few hours, but the idea was just to observe this train of thoughts and see how I make all these mistakes and fallacies in my thinking, because, well, there are lots of them, like various kinds of generalizations, like appealing to emotions, appealing to public, appealing to ad hominem. Well, instead of considering a statement or an argument, I just think that it's not worth, because a person who made this argument is silly or stupid, or I don't like him. It happens a lot in my thinking. I watch lots of different lectures and videos on YouTube, and often when I see like one or few mistakes made by people in their in their speech, I don't mean grammar mistakes or pronunciation mistakes, I mean logical mistakes, and when I see that they're ignorant about their topic. For example, lots of people talk about language, let's say, or maybe history, or some artificial intelligence stuff, or psychology, or philosophy, or science, or religion, or culture, different cultures, lots of different stuff. And since like I'm studying this, like lots of different stuff for many years, I have experience in, like, especially in philosophy and psychology and science, I have a really huge experience. And when I hear like somebody talks about science and I see that he doesn't understand something, or that he makes like an argument without being familiar with like real history of what he makes argument about, and I often just banish this person, like in my own view. I mean, I thought, okay, this man is stupid. I'm not going to watch him anymore. I'm not going to watch his videos, because he is a fucking idiot, and he doesn't know this and doesn't know that. And I find it's really stupid, because a lot of time I see really amazing people who record lots of serious and important videos, and who really dedicate themselves to working on particular content for their entire life. And still, if I just see one or few mistakes, I put these people in a category which I don't like to pay attention to. Okay, I'm going to go back. I said that I like to watch lots of videos, and since I see some mistakes in logic or in understanding, I banish the person, and I try to avoid watching his or her videos in the future. But it's stupid. Yeah, and it's a kind of, some sort of mistake or fallacy which I make in my own thinking while again watching some videos, and I don't like it. I mean, I know that I can think better. I can work on all sorts of information much better if I just develop a habit of this critical thinking. If I will be able to really distinguish between a person and how my attitude to the person is developing or developed, has been developed, and what the person really says. Well, another, of course, maybe it's not so bad, and I am exaggerating it right now. Yeah, because, well, yeah, sometimes some people are really hopeless. So, of course, it's a waste of time to watch them and to learn something from them. Because, well, on YouTube, for example, now there's too much people whom you can watch and from whom you can learn lots of different things. And the question is how to choose the content, how to choose a person who really does important things which can be useful and important for you as well. Well, one way of thinking about it is just to understand yourself, understand who you are, what are you doing, why are you doing this, like finding somebody who does the same and learning something from him or her, especially if this somebody works in the field longer and more, and probably he is more enthusiastic about this than you. So in this case, it's an amazing opportunity just to find people who are working on some particular issue or problem and watch them. And well, but it requires self-awareness. So before finding somebody, you need to understand who you are and what you are doing in this life. How long are you doing this? Why? Again, all these types of questions. And it's not so easy as it seems. It takes lots of time to understand yourself. Maybe it's even impossible because, again, experience is infinite. You can't say that you understand yourself and your understanding is complete, because it's never incomplete. If you may stop the time, you probably can study for 1000 years something, and then you can say, now I know everything about the subject. Or you can study 1 billion years and you can say, now I know. But time is infinite. Time goes all the there's no limit. And you can say, now I understand yourself, but the next week you will have another experience and another information will process through your mind, and then your understanding may be changed. And if you block this information, if you say, okay, I'm not going to pay attention to this because I already know myself, I'm not going to transform my understanding because it's already complete. Well, it's kind of pathological way, I would say, of looking at this problem. Okay, what's time? I have just 1 minute to finish this video. Yeah, new experience. That's I want to come back to the point when I started and put the this what I said at the end connected with what I said in the beginning. So in the beginning I said that there was a process in my mind, and I was curious how it shifts to, like, from, you know, from the state when when I feel safe and secure, and then as soon as I start recording myself, it changes and I start worrying about lots of different things. Yeah, and at the end I said that, like, this infinite experience. So I can, yeah, I guess I can make, like, I can stop worrying if I know, like, if I complete my understanding of myself. But since I need to record myself over and over, and it's always like something different, even if it's mostly the same, but still it's like a different process, and how to, you know, how to do it. Okay, I need to stop here.